Hi, I'm Mary Halpin-Carter. I'm the head of school, and I'm here with my wonderful colleague, Lindley Schutz, the associate head, and of course, Hefty. So glad to be here. We're going to talk to you a little bit about Parents' Night, and Back to School Night, it's also called, and kind of give you a sense of what happens, the logistics, and also some of the things that we're thinking about and for you to look at academically. So just to start, Lindley, could you tell us a little bit about Back to School Night?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
So Back to School Night is often one of our family's favorite events because it's an opportunity for our parents and guardians and special guests to come to campus and meet their child's advisors and teachers. And if they get to step into the classroom and get a glimpse about the way that students learn in each of the subject areas. The night, for those who have been here before, is going to feel really familiar. But because of the pandemic, we have had to make a few changes to our protocols. This year, we're going to start the night in advisory as opposed to the auditorium. And ordinarily, while we're inviting everyone to campus, we're asking that this year each family decide which special guest will go into each classroom. And I was just thinking about, as a mother of 4 children, we often felt this tremendous Sophie's choice about who was going to be where, and in a way, this is a great relief. One parent, one child, one classroom, one seat in each classroom. Also, as visitors to campus, we're asking that everyone be fully masked, and just to try to keep an eye as much as possible on remaining 3 feet apart. I often wondered as a parent, sort of, how do I know where to go and when to be there? And so this Tuesday, each student will be sending home to their guest a schedule. And on the schedule, what everyone will see are times and the spaces where they're supposed to be as they move through the evening. What's so much fun about the evening is, in essence, you're following your student's schedule through the course of a day, but we've modified it so that everyone's going to get to go visit all classes, blocks 1 through 8. The day with the evening will start at 6, and in the middle school it'll end at 8, and in the upper school the evening will end at about 8:15. So as you move through your day, you get 10 minutes in each class for each child. And if anyone gets lost, which is apt to happen, we have all these brand new beautiful spaces. There will be students and volunteers throughout the campus to help guide people along their way.
That's great. So what happens if one of our friends has a free period?
Everybody loves a free period. So when you have a free period, there are a number of places to go. First of all, upper school parents can go to the Science and Innovation Makerspace, our brand new beautiful space, and there they'll find some refreshments and they can take the time to meet some new friends and families. If you're a middle school family visitor, you would go to the Macinich room, and we'll also have some snacks and opportunity to meet people there. A third place that you can go is to the library, where Annie Branch and Mia Eck, who's our tech integrationist, will be available to help people make any updates to their MSA, understand how to access MSA, and also if they just have some general questions about the website.
Great. And MSA is our student information system, and it also is incredibly important because if we need to get a hold of parents in an emergency, we rely on that data. So
Yes.
it's good that can all be taken care of on Back to School Night. So as friends move through their children's classes, they may appreciate it more if they understand some of the thinking that has gone into the best practices that they're going to be observing. I wonder if you could explain a little bit about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Over the last 5 years, our professional development has really focused on the neuroscience and educational research coming out of stellar organizations such as Learning in the Brain, Harvard School of Education, where they've been doing this amazing work around a topic called deeper learning. A lot of our faculty have also attended workshops run by our fantastic consortium, the Malone School Online Network, and OASIS. And what they're learning from these organizations is sort of boiled down to this idea that students learn best as they apply. And the reasons why are really compelling. The idea is that when students understand how to apply core academic content to engaging complex real-world problems, such as how do we create clean energy, or how might I design a lively museum exhibit, that utilizes a critical moment in American history to help us understand a contemporary moment. As they understand how to apply core academic content around those subject areas to new contexts, two interesting things happen. One is that they really begin to understand why what they're learning is meaningful and purposeful. And what the research shows is that when factual information, large concepts are attached to purpose, we remember them better, and we also know how to use them again in these different contexts. The second thing that happens, and you just see this over and over and again in our students, is as they're experiencing this amazing activity of I'm learning how to solve a real world problem, they gain a tremendous sense of kind of their own efficacy in the world, and a sense of, oh, so this is how an engineer thinks. This is how a historian thinks. This is what it would mean to be an art educator. So each of those experiences has not only sort of that basic understanding of what all of us have experienced of, I want to understand algebra better, but also these sort of bigger purposes of understanding how to be in the world.
That's wonderful. I think when we think about coming to back to school night, even if you've had children at Derryfield for a while, you're going to see a number of new courses. I wonder if you could describe how and why those new courses have arrived.
Absolutely. And I don't know of any other middle schools that offer some of the things that we're offering in this year that are so exciting. So in the middle school, now students have the opportunity to have computer science in 2 of the 3 years. They have a chance to learn about personal finance in the 8th grade. And they also have these brand new academic skills course in 6th grade, as well as all of the other courses that they take in English and history and math and science. And we're so excited about this because, for example, the new STEM courses in coding are really also sort of an equity opportunity in the sense that we invite all students to get engaged in these critical skills early. And what we know about middle school learners is they bring a great sense of playfulness, and the middle school years are sort of lower stake years. So in the area of STEM, we really want to catch students early so that they build confidence, and then as they move into the upper school, they have all of these amazing opportunities to pursue computer science through our upper level classes and robotics and STEM. And that same kind of thinking about how do you build confidence young is what we're trying to develop when we look at the new personal finance class. So why personal finance in 8th grade? It's just a great opportunity for them to begin to build those essential skills around topics that then, as they move into the upper school, and they're interested in entrepreneurship and applied math, they know how to pursue it both through extracurriculars such as exploration courses, where we offer things like marketing, but also in the upper level applied math courses like investment math.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to have such a varied STEM education at such a young age and not sacrifice English, history, the languages, math, traditional science. It's really kind of the magic of scheduling that makes all this possible.
It is. It's so true. It's so true.
And fabulous faculty.
And fabulous faculty who are constantly innovating. So one of the other courses that we're so excited about is in the 7th grade, our arts teachers have come together and figured out these fantastic new ways to integrate gamification into the art so that students will learn about all of these fundamentals of art and communicating through visual arts through these really fun things that are going to feel like games.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So are you ready for more?
Yes.
There's more. Okay, so we're also excited because for a period of time with COVID, we've put on pause a number of programs, and we're really pleased that this year we're going to be able to reintroduce our exploration classes in middle school and upper school. And those have just been so popular because students are dying to have time to do things like CSI and forensics, and our faculty are offering courses on things like beekeeping and even knitting for a good cause, and the typical kinds of activities like mock trial and Model UN and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty terrific to have all of that come back. The lead course reinvigorated, redesigned, rebooted. I mean, for when I started here 24 years ago, there was discussion at that time, why don't we have a vibrant health class? Why don't we, that goes all the way through all the grades, not just in some grades? Why don't we have a leadership program where kids are really taught leadership skills and wellness and mindfulness and ethics? And now
Here
it is.
them. We have them in grades 6 through 12. And I think one of the things that will be interesting as parents move through the evening is to really think about the way they're seeing lived out across all areas of a student's day, not only in academic classes, but also in lead and also in their activities. This underlying value that we have around character, which is that we educate ethical, community-oriented leaders who are innovative and compassionate problem solvers. And so while students experience each of these things discreetly through a class or through an extracurricular, we know that we're sort of operating through this holistic system of aiming for this really stellar character that makes them feel like effective leaders in the world.
And sort of the background skeleton are these skill strands that are building very intentionally in grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, 11, 12. And that's one of the incredible advantages of having a united middle and upper school together.
Yes. So as our parents go through the night, I hope that what they'll do is share with us any aha moments they themselves have. So we love to be a part of that conversation with them. And as parents have conversations or special guests have questions, we hope they'll share them.
Absolutely, and it's a great time during your free periods to meet and chat with teachers as well.
It is. So I would also love for you to share with us a little bit about, as we did our research, we also discovered really interesting information around this idea of growth mindset. And I'd love for you to share with us how parents can partner with us to foster that mindset.
Absolutely. So Derryfield is so fortunate and is one of the only 50 Malone schools across the country, and those are schools that won a $2 million grant to their endowments for scholarship aid to gifted and talented students. And to be a Malone school, you had to fulfill this exhaustive background check into whether you really featured 2 elements. One is that you were exceptional at, you were good in teaching exceptionally intelligent kids. And the second was that you were innovative. And so that put us in a little club of these 50 Malone schools. As part of that, the head of school gets to go each year to a Malone Heads Conference, which is hosted by Stanford University out in California. And it's a wonderful conference with Stanford professors. And one year, Carol Dweck, who is a literally world-renowned researcher, spoke about her 30 years of research into students' attitudes about failure and success. And she is the one who coined the term growth mindset and also fixed mindset. And they are to describe these underlying beliefs that kids have about intelligence and about learning. And what she was really interested in, sort of her guiding question, was why is it that some students rebound when they have a setback and other students seem to crumble at the smallest setback? And so what her findings were basically that when students believe that their abilities can grow, they understand that effort makes them smarter, and therefore putting in extra time leads to higher achievement. And Dr. Dweck's work is all supported by neuroscience, which has shown that the brain is far more malleable than people thought 50 years ago. And that when students take action by studying, by asking questions, by doing the kind of active learning you were describing earlier, they increase their neural growth. And so as these neuroscientific discoveries were emerging, researchers like Carol Dweck and her team were beginning to understand this link between mindsets and achievement. And basically, students who believe that their intelligence can grow behave differently than other students. They, instead of becoming frustrated by a difficulty, they see challenge as an opportunity to grow, which is interestingly not unlike an innovator's mindset. An innovator says, I'm inventing this app, I'm inventing this program, this invention, and it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's think, let's adjust, we keep working at it. So parents, how can you help? Well, you can help your child by helping develop that inner voice that they have. And what we want that inner coach to say are things like this. What did I learn from that? What was I doing the last time I was successful that I can repeat in this endeavor? Why go to school if it doesn't help you become smarter? And I'm going to lean into this new challenge. I think the energy and excitement around leaning into challenge, which our kids learn a lot in our sports teams, is, ooh, this is hard, but I'm gonna ski this ski race right now. That's what we want academically too. That it's exciting, it's fun, it's not a negative judgment on my abilities. I'm gonna actually rise to this occasion and work at it. So that's kind of the growth mindset element, which is so important to really raising exceptional students, which is what we all hope for. And like our students, we're all excited about a fresh new beginning to the year, a fresh new school year that has so many, pretty much almost everything back, though a little adapted for the pandemic, but back from before. And faculty and staff, we are all so excited to be back here. So if you could be here when the kids are here, you would see a bustling school, you would see kids just so excited about learning, so excited about getting to know each other and their teachers.
They really are. They really are. And I was just thinking about your growth mindset that for all of us, going back to school feels like just this tremendous reset, a great opportunity to kind of have a fresh start and build on what lies ahead.
That's right, and get back into a routine, which for some of us is very challenging.
Very challenging.
So we look forward to welcoming you to the indoors of campus on next Thursday, September 23rd.
And in the meantime, be sure to look for your students' emails so that you can get the schedule that'll let you enjoy the evening ahead.